This time, we're doing one of the biggest hits in the history of New World Pictures, Piranha, directed by Joe Dante and written by John Sayles and starring Bradford Dillman, Heather Mendez, Paul Bartel, Dick Miller, and Barbara Steele. I think one of the times New World Pictures was able to go head to head with the big movies that it's competing against is in the case of Piranha. Now, I'm not saying Piranha is as good as Jaws, because I actually think Jaws is the greatest movie ever made. Not the greatest film ever made, but what's supposed to be a movie, everything that a movie is supposed to be, You're never going to get better than Jaws. Jaws is the pinnacle of that. It's the greatest movie ever made. Piranha is not the greatest movie ever made, but it's a pretty damn good fucking movie. And it's a magnificent Jaws ripoff. It's a fantastic Jaws ripoff. It's as fun. If you ask me, Piranha is as fun as almost any movie made in the 70s. It is a blast. I have seen Piranha 8 or 9 times since it came out, and I'll probably see it 3 more times again, and I'll enjoy it every single fucking time. Especially if I'm watching it with somebody who hasn't seen it before. Yeah, no, but it manages the camp without it being stupid. It always has the right touch of Mad Magazine to it. They had 2-week schedules. They were 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. That's a big production. All right, but like 2.5 weeks. And, and especially in the first half of the 70s, the movies were like $180,000 or $200,000 or $220,000, $240,000. If they're getting to $300,000, that's getting to be too much.
Yeah.
The movie looks like they had 6 weeks and at least $500,000.
Yeah.
At least. Oh, no, you could say it cost $8 million if it was done for Warner Brothers, and you'd believe it. Now, they had more money than they normally had because Corman sold the, I believe he sold to United Artists the foreign rights. So that means that they probably, they might have had 100 or 200,000 more dollars to make the movie, and then probably a couple of weeks. I'm still guessing 400,000 at the most, at the highest. Sure. I'm positive. In fact, I know that when it came to Piranha, when it came to all the special effects, they just kept working on that after the shoot was over. They kept working on that again and again and again and again and again and again and again on little pools, in Venice. And then he tries it and he thinks the stuff looks terrible. And then he tries this with the fish and he thinks it looks terrible. And so because out of fear of it being terrible, he worked harder on cutting the sequences and reshooting the fish and doing different things with the fish and trying different things with the fish. He did so many things again and again and again, not even to make it good, just to make it not bad as far as he was concerned. And he worked probably harder than he ever did cinematically. And he pulled off an editorial masterpiece, if you ask me. The fact that you can look at it and you can see this, and you can see Eisenstein and Russ Meyer in those montages is kind of fucking amazing. No, and it's right there. It's a phantasmagorical editorial masterpiece. Those sequences. Yeah, and he's like pompous, and he's like kind of like the jerky disciplinarian at the camp who's stopping all the kids from having a good time. There's a bunch of piranha on the way. What are you, piranha? Get out of here.
He hangs up the phone.
Sober up, Grogan. The lake is full of piranhas, and he is standing there waist deep in it, carrying children out. Even the shot of him on the ground by the child with like bites,
bleeding. Over. The look on his face.
Well, it looks like Vietnam. It looks like. I actually think the imagery is almost meant to evoke Vietnam to some degree. I only have 2 problems with the whole movie. One is problem that you have about the way the piranhas get loose in the ocean is. It's not elegant.
Into the river.
In the river. It's not elegant. It doesn't serve our heroine. It does. They could have done better. Oh, hey, what's this? Okay, they could have done better. Hey, what's this wheel? Let's turn it. All right. And the other thing that I have a problem with is I really like Bradford Dillman in the movie, and especially his first scene that he has with Keenan Wynn.
Yeah.
He's really terrific. And I like Bradford Dillman when he's like stars in B movies. He kind of makes that red flannel shirt, almost makes it kind of iconic by the time you get to the end of the movie because he's worn it through the whole film. He's got his beard and he kind of looks virile. He looks a little sexy, which I'm not used to seeing Bradford Dillman look sexy. And then he has that over-enunciated way of talking through gritted teeth that makes him look like a B-movie Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
But like a good B-movie Charlton Heston. I liked him. I have a little bit of problem in the first half hour of the movie after setting him up as this kind of cool, virile, woodsy guy. Yeah, he's got a drinking problem. Who cares? That almost makes him seem cool, like Hemingway or something. Yeah. Like maybe he's a Hemingway-ish writer out there and just, knocking him back as he's pounding out some bitter typewriter.
Yeah. They
make him kind of a doddering fool in the first half hour when he's with Heather Menez. And then now he's kind of puttering around behind her but he never even plays
like a sober
it. But
hero.
He never plays it as a drunk. He plays it like a writer who's just, the bottle is his part of his life. He's never drunk. And then the way he just keeps like sipping out, it just seems like they're emasculating him after they had set him up to be so virile. They kind of, the way he sips out of the canteen, it just seems like it's an emasculating way when I actually thought he was just, I thought he was very powerful the way he was set up in that scene with Keenan Wynn. Now he gets it all back. He gets it all back later once he gets on the river. But that's my only problem. But where I think the movie distinguishes itself as something impressive and, dare I even say, remarkable, frankly. You follow the piranha down the river, and where we start learning where the piranha is heading is to a child's camp. Where that's a child camp based on the river. We know this is where they're heading. Now, there's also a big resort going down, so the piranhas are gonna hit the resort. But hitting the resort is one thing. The fact that they put all these children in the river, all on inner tubes. Oh, there's no trepidation about setting up the children. It is gleeful. The worst thing that could happen, and it's relished.
Yeah.
It's relished, and we're waiting for it to happen and waiting for it to happen. And then it happens. And that is one of the best edited sequences of 70s cinema. Dante was a terrific editor. He always considered himself an editor, especially back then. Well, when you're a director and you also edit, you give some other guy the job, but you can do it. Joe Dante's a smart aleck. All right. So if he watches your movie and it's like cheesy and the monsters of fucking rubber suit and you can see he's going to joke about it. He's going to goof on it.